Welcome back to the Local W. Now, you know stuff is serious. When the angle's different, when a YouTuber moves where the camera is, that's how you know a serious video is on its way. Well, y'all, here it is. Let me hit the bam, 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 bam. Meet the dream. Listen. I was on my honeymoon, okay? I took like the weekend off to enjoy myself, be with my spouse, just relax. No basketball, no Nathan. But every now and again, I would look at Twitter and I would just become enraged. So I had to put my phone down and get back to the honeymoon. The couple of games that I didn't get to cover on here because I was on said honeymoon, I didn't watch the game. But again, I'm looking at the timeline to see what's going on. Just because I just wanted to be in the moment, you know, things bigger than basketball, all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I really just wanted to enjoy myself for once. No basketball, no music, no nothing. I saw, you know, how everyone did against the Sky. I thought that was wonderful. You know, seeing us going up against Kennedy Carter and Angel Reese. Like, that was fun stuff. I even have the game recorded that I might go back and watch. I haven't decided yet, but I have it just in case. I saw the wins. I saw the losses. And last night was a different flavor of loss. I didn't go to the game because I'm still a little jet lagged. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm trying to get, like, my sleep schedule back. But, y'all, I get that there are ups and downs in a season. A lot of y'all don't know me. That's okay. I've been covering basketball on YouTube for a decade now. So I understand how a season goes. I get that there will be some moments where it seems like we'll never win a game again. And there's moments where it seems like we'll never lose a game again. I completely understand. And like, I'm not new to any of this. This is my 4th or 5th season covering the Atlanta Dream as well. So like, I've been through this. I completely understand how this works. But there is one thing that I have echoed for 10 years on YouTube, and it is very fitting that this is my last season covering sports because I feel like I'm ending on the exact same chapter. There is an issue in basketball with coaching. Coaching is such a vital piece to the equation of basketball. It's ridiculous. You could have a generational talent, but if they are in chains and shackles under the incompetence of a head coach, it doesn't matter. I'm telling y'all, I done covered Derek Fisher trying to run the triangle with Robin Lopez and Carmelo Anthony. I done seen it all. I covered Jeff Hornacek and Derrick Rose and Joakim Noah and Kristaps Porzingis. I done covered it all. I covered Steve Nash and the Big Two, which turned into the Big Three, which turned into the Big Two, which turned into the Big Three. I done covered it all. David Fisdale, you name it. I was the one who was on camera documenting the shenanigans that went on the last Olympic season in the WNBA. 2021. I covered that with the Atlanta Dream, with the chicken wing fight. I covered the shenanigans when we had no idea what was going on with Kennedy Carter and why she was suspended indefinitely. I covered that. It was I who was on camera trying to put the pieces together. We draft Ryan Howard. We're about to make the playoffs. And for some reason, Tiffany Hayes decides to abandon the team. She abandons the team to go play overseas, but didn't warn the team. She just left us mid-playoff push. I covered that. And we already know last year. We don't need to do a refresher on that. I'm telling you, I done seen it all. Like just name them. Jacques Vaughn. Like just name them. I have covered some terrible situations. From your Lloyd Pierce to your Nate McMillan to your, like, I didn't see it all, y'all. And I had this intro to let y'all know that when I say this one final time, I really mean it this time. While she may not be the worst coach I have covered in my 10 years on YouTube, she's gotta be the most stubborn. And I don't mean that in a flagrant way. I don't mean that in a way that's like trying to be misogynist or something like that, because I get it. I'm a whole dude on here ranting and screaming. I understand. I get the dynamics. Trust me, I got it. But at some point, someone needs to say something, because y'all just be wiping people's booty pipes and you don't say what's really going on. How is Coach Wright going to the Olympics when she doesn't even understand give Ryan the ball? It makes no sense to me. Why is Tina Charles the central focus of the offense? I'm telling you, I counted it. You can go onto my Twitter and see. I counted it. 6 consecutive possessions of ISO Tina Charles. What year is it? Is that not the #1 overall pick, Ryan Howard, right there? Do we not have Alicia Gray? Do we not have Cheyenne Parker? I just named 3 All-Stars from last year, but Tina Charles in 2024 is what... I can't take it! I can't take it, y'all. I can't do it. Because for year number 10 in a row, what we have seen in the preseason is what we see going on now. That's the issue. The issues that you see in the preseason are the same issues you're going to see in the regular season. If they don't play defense, they're probably not going to play defense in the regular season. Just name it. I have done this for 10 years. I'm telling you, I see the signs. I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That we have such a fatal issue right now. We have such a fatal flaw that I don't think we can possibly escape. Now, again, I will not throw Haley Jones down the stairs. I refuse. Because even though she's messing up, Jordan Canada is supposed to be the starting point guard. So I'm not even going to get in on that. I'm not going to give her the Ari McDonald treatment. I don't feel like that's fair. We're asking a lot of her, but that's cool. But listen, Crystal Dangerfield has no excuse to be that trash. And again, I understand if you've never seen one of my videos before, it's like, wow, this dude's really going in on the team. I have been covering them for 5 years. And if it's not an Odyssey Sims, it's going to be this. Poor guard play. If it's not an Erica Wheeler, it's going to be this. It's poor guard play. And a severe lack of a playmaker. And all I ask is we have someone that runs the team who can hit a shot and play some defense on the court. I'm not asking for that much. I can scream fire the coach until I'm purple in the face and no one will listen to me. So I'm trying to be more constructive this year and simply say, let's get someone to run the team who can hit a shot and play a lick of defense. And I don't feel like that's asking that much. But when we look at individuals who can run the team, who can hit a shot, who can play defense, who is an all-around player, who is arguably, maybe not on paper because, metrics and stuff like that, whatever those nerdy stats are, might not show it. But if anyone who is watching any of our games can see, the most complete player in the WNBA, Rhyne Howard, is capable of doing that. If Jordan Canada needs more time, which, Jesus Christ, it's almost been 2 months, but if she needs more time to come back, it is what it is. But we have a complete player. Arguably, again, I know the numbers don't show it. That sounds insane. And there's a real conversation that could be had for Alyssa Thomas being the best player in the WNBA, but we just keep saying Asia Wilson for some reason. And no shot at Asia Wilson. You know how I feel about her. But listen, there's real, best of the best conversations that could be had right now. But if you really watch the league, I don't understand how you can have those conversations and not put Rhyne Howard in the mix. I know the record is weird. I know statistically it might not look the best, but let me explain to you why. I just said we need someone who can hit a shot, play some defense, and run the team. That person is Ryan Howard. So you're wondering what you're screaming for. You just answered your own question. Let me tell you why the answer to my own question is not being followed through on, which is causing me to scream every time I get on camera. Tanisha Wright. Coach Wright refuses to use a generational player how a generational player should be used. Now, we have the talent to say we have a well-rounded team to where we don't have to have a heliocentric offense. And side note, I just want to throw out there, I've been saying heliocentric for about 3 years now, referring to Trey, and I ain't heard no one, but like in the last couple months, all of a sudden, heliocentric's the new buzzword, but that's not here nor there. We just go act. I didn't invent a word. I'm simply saying, like, sorry. We don't have to have an offense and a game plan where we have a heliocentric type of thing where it's like there's one player and, you know, everyone just revolves around her and stuff and we just make it work. The only reason why we're stuck in that type of situation and that type of shuffle and that type of cha-cha slide, if you will, is because of Coach Wright. Coach Wright has the idea that, oh, we got Tina Charles. Why doesn't she just go out there, be the engine of it, and not even the engine, because you can be the engine of an offense and not the focal point. Literally everything runs through Tina. The only thing she's not doing is bringing the ball up the court. But if she was comfortable doing so, I promise you she would be. She has everyone's got the green light except for Ryan for some reason. But the amount of offense that goes, that literally, it's like they're running a triangle, but it's like there's no other options. They dump it down to your post player, which in this case is Tina. And instead of looking for cuts in the next action, in the triangle, depending on what side of the floor you're on to make the triangle, it's just ISO Tina. Now, I'm not saying she's trash. I'm not saying she's buns. I'm not saying she's washed. Tina Charles is amazing. The issue is we have 3 other current all-stars on the team. And if we are going to live and die by one player, if we are choosing to have the heliocentric thing where we live and die by one player, I need someone to explain, when did we decide that was Tina? You got Ryan Howard right there, and we just decided it was Tina. Again, we don't have to play like this. There's enough help on the team. But since Coach Wright has decided we're going to do the Lucas shuffle and there's just one player and everyone else just moves around her, when did we decide it was Tina? She should be arrested. Coach Wright should be arrested for this. We finally get some help. We finally get Ryan help. And she is locked away behind a paywall. We can't even access her anymore. I'm pretty sure that if I tried to play on 2K right now, I'd hit square, depending on what system you have, not trying to be bougie, you would hit square to shoot, and I guarantee you it would just go to pass. Then you get the ball back, you say, okay, let me try to use the pro stick. She'd still pass it to Tina. It's like there's a glitch. It's like they nerfed her. It's like there's a glitch in the system. And I want to know how a criminal offense like this is allowed to happen. I make this comparison constantly because I don't see why we don't have this type of mentality, especially if we are choosing to play in a way where everything revolves around one player. Again, we don't have to. We have the talent to play team ball, but we're choosing to say, oh, one star and everyone else is just a role player. We don't have to do that, but since we're choosing to do that, I don't understand why we just don't give the ball to Ryan and do what the wings are doing with Enrique. Like, why not? You see what Gumwale's doing? Why don't we just do that with Ryan? Why not? If Coach Wright is incapable of drawing plays and running actions that involve everybody. It's just ISO one player, whoever's got the highest 2K rating in 2K15. And I know the WNBA, listen, I know WNBA was not involved in 2K15, but you get what I'm trying to make here. Okay. Based on whatever your 2K rating would have been in 2014, just give the ball to that player. I completely understand that. But what I'm not understanding is if we are choosing to play that style and run that style of offense, it's stupid. But if that's what we're doing, at least do it right. Give the ball to Rhyne and get out the way. If Rhyne shoots us out of the game, nobody's going to care. And I was under the impression that it was Rhyne not being aggressive, but I done heard some things. Apparently, allegedly, Rhyne can be quoted as saying, "I'm just doing what I'm told." So again, whittling it down, getting to the center of the shrubbery maze, if you will. It's Coach Wright. Now, when Jordan Canada comes back and there's someone there to run the team and hit a shot on occasion, then perhaps we'll say the sins of Coach Wright can be ignored. And it won't matter because we'll have a coach on the floor who can handle it. But in her absence, and God forbid if she's not the answer here, we are going to waste another season. I'm talking about there is a very valid case that Rhyne Howard won't even be selected to the All-Star team because her numbers and stats are so low. And while that is not fair and not a fair reason for her not making the All-Star game, it is totally possible. Because look how quickly we have already happened upon the All-Star break and All-Star voting and stuff. You are telling me that in this short sample size of about 10 to 15 games, last year Rhyne had already elevated those two, and by those two I mean Cheyenne Parker and Alicia Gray, to All-Star status? She's capable of doing that? With Aerie coming off the bench? When I tell you I'm going to vomit when Tina Charles gets put in the All-Star game and Rhyne is sitting at home getting ready for the Olympics, I mean, like I'm telling you, just projectile vomiting. So I will say, not one last time, because that's going to be the theme of the season, I'm sure. But I will ask it again. Are the Dream trying to win games, or are you trying to sell tickets? Because, again, you can announce all the sellouts you want. I think that's great. We love that. That's amazing. Grow the W 1,000%. But in terms of the team, do they care more about us selling tickets and having a good brand, or do you care about winning? Because the fact that the starting lineup doesn't change, the fact that Nia Coffey continues to come off the bench, the fact that Aerial Powers does not have a bigger role at this point, the fact that Nas is still coming off the bench, it's telling. It's telling. Haley can go out there and bounce the ball off of her foot into New England. And she continues to start. It's telling. You cannot beat Vegas at home and then lose to a team that hasn't won a game. We've been in the season a month and a half, and Washington ain't won a game yet until they play us at our home in Atlanta and got blown out. I don't know if we want to wait on Jordan Canada to come back, or you want to go ahead and fire Coach Wright now. I know it would be a crazy look because, she's on the Olympic team. But again, I'm asking, Are y'all like Caitlin Clark fans and all you care about is brands and viewership and all that stuff? Or do you care about winning? Because I think I speak for every Atlanta Dream fan when I say I would rather win than look cool.